Careful, Slick. She's starting to look like a hot rod, sheet metal, who knows what shop around here. We just had everything laid out and I thought it'd be sweet to show y'all. Obviously, Slick has some of his equipment here today. That's because we are getting in there to play with more sheet metal. Now, as y'all can see, I've been hammering away at the floors. If you missed that one last week, go check her out. Now, one of the first times we were getting into this car, me and Slick, we knocked out this firewall piece. That is one piece of metal with all that little curvature to her. So we have point A, we've got point C in the middle is missing is point B, and that's what we're gonna be working on today. We've got to figure out how to fix some of our little gaposaurus right there, and then instead of having a Bluetooth toe board, we would like to have some made out of metal. Couple curveballs here. This piece I want to keep removable, and to remove it, we've got to factor that into how we obviously attach this to here as well. Did you forget about that curveball? Removable.
What do you want removable?
Well, we're building off of this to that, but this piece needs to be removable. Oh yeah, well, enough work and metal shaping, it'll happen. Now guys, I am no longer ahead on content. In fact, I'm behind, which I don't like being anymore. I need to get a week ahead. So we are going to get into this thing. We've kind of been looking at it. So let me show you some of our, I don't know, concerns, but just things we know we got to address. On our floor pan here last week, when I tied all that together and made it one piece, we are hitting here, which I do not plan on leaving that hitting, but we can't open that any more far forward because we got trim ring. So that means our shifter is going to get cut on some more. I don't care. I will slice that thing into 1,000 pieces, just like it came in that Lego box it came in. So basically, I know right there at the front of that set screw, if we were to cut that whole thing plumb across there, we'll be good. It's a little reference mark for me just to remember. Up here, we are touching, and I don't want that either. So we'll probably come back far enough where we have some clearance there. And we'll probably do something like a little radius swoop, loop and pull. And then up top, don't look at that transmission I was grinding on one day. Yeah, I needed that to clear, so I knocked a little off the top. But we've got to factor in doing something there, which Slick already marked that one.
Make a flange off here to bolt this one on so we can take it off and take this out.
What are you talking about?
So
make it all removable.
17-piece floor removal set. You seen it here first, folks. So besides knowing where we need to add a little clearance, we were also looking to see, you know, how much hump does the old floor need here? It ain't gonna be a crazy amount, because what we're thinking is where I brought this line here, then up to here, from there forward, we can basically go straight. We're not gonna clearance and hit that or anything, so that's good. So then there over, perfectly flat piece, except for a corner we'll figure out. Same thing on this side. From that corner up, over, flat piece minus the corner. And then that's gonna leave us just a little humperoonie right in the middle. And since we got the crazy humperoonie type stuff going on, that's why we got Slick here where I can learn. He likes doing more of the metal shaping. I'm more of a, hey, I can build a flat floor if I need to type of guy. And for me,
Nice.
yeah, it's got Slick's approval. Except for I got carried away with my hammer not looking. Gave her a smacking. So, moving forward, what do you want to do, Slick? Where are we?
So what I want to do is probably go ahead and fix the gaps where we got a little overzealous. So we'll go ahead and make a piece for that. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and make the piece like you were saying, the flat piece that comes over here, so we know exactly how much.
Then work on the center.
Yeah.
Roger that. One other thing we've got to factor in is what goes right here, which is a steering column that's going to be going down through there somewhere. So we got to worry about that on that side. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Any good sheet metal guy, which I am not, will tell you you're only as good as your template. Puddins Fab Shop would tell you you're only as good as your gap welding abilities. Snip. What do you need me to do here?
Just hold tight for a minute until I get this drawn.
Can you draw me in a field holding tulips?
I probably could if you wanted. We have more time.
Damn well sketch artist here.
Test number 1.
That's the start. Just need to add a little more down on here.
Angle.
Need the blue tape special. down for the bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, I can, I'll show you here in a minute. We'll just make another one and add it on the bottom, because I'll just mark it where it is on this one.
I can go mark that on the back side. And guys, doing the templates, I can do. You're figuring out how to cut a piece of paper and put her in there. Sometimes when Slick's here, people's like, well, Slick's just doing all the work. You're not doing nothing. Well, here, Slick, let me get in there.
Yeah.
Let me get in there.
Get you a little bit of that.
Well, what do y'all want me to do? He's a buffer sheet metal guy when he's over here, and I'm the guy with the camera. I'm not saying I won't hop in on the work, but I also try not to just interrupt. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Now y'all can see, kind of, sort of, maybe, that's fitting that pretty good there.
Yeah.
Good?
Pretty close.
Want me marker on the back?
Let me do one more thing.
My marker's just itching to go to town here. Oh, add a little more there. You keep thinking you're gonna TIG weld that like I ain't got a big old MIG that'll hop that gap, no problem. Well, Evil can jump the Grand Canyon with a motorcycle. I can hop that with a MIG welder. He thinks we're gonna TIG weld, but he don't know I'm out of argon.
I'll go to my shop and get the other bottle.
All right, but I'm doing the TIG welding. Old shaky hand Joe here.
Just MIG welding.
Yeah. Well, you let me TIG it, you better just get out the flux core. Let me fire that damned old stick welder.
Please don't.
You happy with that?
Yeah, happy so I can get with it, I guess.
You want me marker back here?
Yep.
All right, y'all see him, how he's got that all marked up and fit in there. Now I can come on the back side here, which is a good time to have another helper, extra set of hands.
Just trying to make a job for yourself.
Hey. Yeah, I just call myself a helper in my own shop. Hush it. I'm gonna try to do this by yourself, bucko. That corner's a little hard to get to. Oh, pretty close. And then, there. And there you got it. That's connected. And then this will probably go long on just a hair. Let's go down there. We'll trim the fit after that. Boop. It's gonna be a weird piece of metal right there. How oversized did you want me to go? Because I went a none.
That's fine. Cool.
Put some wings on it, look like a hummingbird. Now would you already hop over to the other side? Start the process? You want to think there, I'm just a damned old trash guy. Yeah, she's good to mark all right. As long as we can get in there. On this side, a lot less complicated shape here. But she is gonna be a little trickier to mark out because we got extra flanges hanging off here. Yeah, I don't know, buddy. I can't get up in there. I'm gonna have to shove her and hope it marks it. If you can't get in there, on the back side, shove that paper on the edge of that metal. The edge of that metal will mark it for you.
Yeah, dude, you can kind of see where the edge is.
Yeah, it looks like a beaver bit along there. That's what you need. In fact, maybe y'all can see where it marked it on the metal versus where I could get my marker tip to. Let the blind guy with no glasses do this job.
Where's your glasses at?
I got like 14 pair over there. Just sitting looking, looking at me. We start cutting metal, I put them on. Voila!
Another trick, you can put magnets on this and it'll hold it in place instead of just using your fingers.
Magnets are for sissies. We're gonna try these bad girls out. They're Milwaukee brand. I bought them a while back. Don't know if they're worth the damn. Guys, I'm not a fan of tin snips. They bend the metal, they distort it. I'm not good at flattening metal.
They did pretty good, look at that.
Yeah, look at that curved edge. So I don't like them.
What?
Just the way it rolls the edges and stuff. These ones, I don't know.
It's gonna roll when you weld it.
Yeah.
And you can, I usually like this one's not serrated as bad as mine. Mine leaves little marks on it sometimes. I just hammer them out.
Let me get some. I'll get the next one. I'll take this complicated one.
Handle my light work, buddy. You want it wide here, like I was saying, or no?
You pick it, I'll weld it. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut there and then work it or something. See what I mean? Now he's got to flatten it back out. I ought to hit that baby with a slicing die. She'd still be flat. It would just took an extra 30 minutes. You better get on the slick for standing around now, all right?
Woo! I'm in management position now.
She got the custom curve tip. Yeah. These things are roughed out. We're gonna tune them to fit, see? There's a little gap right there that we missed with our mark. It's all right, she'll weld. Brake needs to start right there. Kind of go that way. And it's a big, long, dramatic break there. Meaning that ain't sharp, that's just a big old curve piece right there. So we gotta account for that. A large part of sheet metal work, guys, is sometimes just being creative, kind of willing to try stuff. Kind of broke what I can in my hand there. This metal has a little rounded edge like we need, so I'm gonna just tap that on there. Messing up my beautiful pinstriping. And that's probably gonna kind of be close. It's gonna need more to it. But now we're about to get real complicated because we're gonna have to trim down this wide end. Alright, 1,000 little trims. And for this side, we're cutting pretty straight there. Then you can see that little lumpy hump right there. Then it goes straight again. So I'm just gonna grind that off there instead of trying to trim this around that. Thousand little adjustments later, we're gonna figure this bad girl out. Whoop! And that fit so good, it just went right through there. Filler piece 1 tacked in. Slick done trimmed us up on this side. Now, if Slick's a fabricator or a plumber, that'll crack out.
I know.
Yeah, that ain't gonna go, buddy. Too many, it was moving like this. So I can see that corner right there, we're just trying to get her flushed up, so I just kind of hammered her out. Jeez, giving her the old smack fest. You ain't gonna burn through the paint on this sucker. The primer and paint's so thick that it don't happen. Now that's fitting a little better. We are gonna have to add a little piece down on here on this side. The sheet metal guys, on the side that the sheet metal guy did. Well, the non-sheet metal guy side, it's there. She's there.
You got me all messed up not using the TIG welder. I don't know what.
But blame the helper. Blame the helper.
I don't even know what we're doing right now.
Hey, that looks pretty good from out here too.
Yeah, I'm surprised it actually hammered down. Usually TIG, I like TIG because I can hammer the weld, it'll flatten everything, like it'll even everything out if you put a dolly on the backside. MIG, it's just a harder weld and it's hard to shape it.
Yeah, once you MIG it, changing it up after that,
it's hard. It usually breaks the tack.
Right. And if you see guys who do that and they're like hammering away at it and acting like they're really doing some stuff,
Ain't doing nothing.
Anyways, we'll leave it alone. We'll leave her there. Next, what's up next? We're gonna look at pulling this out to trim it down. So we wanna make sure she's marked good. We did add a little square right there for that drop down piece. Are you good on your blister area or you wanna drop the distributor back in?
No, I know where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, we're gonna overhaul the motor here.
Pot county rebuild?
Dang right. Yeah, these are the new lightweight heads here. motor catches on fire like that old Yeehaw carburetor. Slice that off there. Slick just cleaned up them tacks because he don't want it tearing up any of his polished equipment here. And now we're looking at making we're gonna look at adding the blister for our distributor. And we'd kind of marked where it needed to be roughly. And I don't remember how much clearance we need, but Slick said he's got it. Guys, I've never swung one of these before. It's very weird because it's light. So you're used to swinging a hammer with a big old head and you feel like you're gonna really do something. And that little piece of plastic just don't do it. So you gotta swing it hard, which then it being so light feels weird to swing hard. Yeah, I see why he was doing the tappity, tappity, tappity. He's got a rhythm. I can't do it. The question is, when do we know enough's enough? Some people say less is more. I believe more is more. Because after we tack this in and we check it, I want it to be good. I don't want to have to do it twicey. Can y'all see how that's humping up there now? And we've got her going up into there. So as he's doing the easy work, I was just making sure we zip tied our hose out the way, and we don't want that messing up our panel. So a little duct tape there goes a long ways. Whew, that's smoothing her up some. Yeah, I think we need to go, I don't know necessarily deeper, but I think we need to wider a hair. We may want to take this down just because our line's right there. Okay. So we probably want to get. Here's our mock-up distributor, guys. We kind of just set her into place to look, see how much more we need to go. We both agreed wider, and old Slick just started giving her hell. We were kind of in here, and he's just whooping on her now. Y'all can really start to see now what we're doing here. It's gonna make a nice little shiny blister. I'm giving it the eagle eye to see if we're kind of curving the same way. So a minute ago, we could tell this one was a little more shallow than this side was. So we put it in there and we worked that side because it's stretching the middle out, which is gonna get us matching. And it's matching better. I still think it, yeah, towards this front.
Yeah, you might have to get it that way in there.
So to get this corner, we need to flip our piece around here, I think, right?
Yep.
And this thing right here, guys, that's just, it's an air hammer. That's what it is. It's just doing 1,000 whacks per second there. The planishing hammer, obviously you got different hoops where you can get around different panels. But what Slick's working on right now is trying to line her dies up a little better. AKA the hammer with the lower die.
Cool.
So looking across there, I could see that dipping. Slick said give her a whack on the old sandbag. And after whacking on it, that side's kind of, it's matching now. He may turn me into a half-ass sheet metal guy yet. Knock it down, ain't it? I didn't figure y'all wanted to watch more whooping and planishing. However, we've got it really even as far as the blister, but now our edges are kind of whooped on. Maybe see some more of that from the back side there. Got a little cellulite going on, but Slick said he's gonna whoop on that with this and line her out some. guys, now that I've got Slick lined out and he knows what he's doing over there, I think he can figure it out anyhow. Since I've got him going, and see he fine tunes them little edges or filler pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and weld them in. That way I ain't standing around with a thumb up my butt. You good, Slick? What? You good? All right, guys, Slick finished up. Of course, we had marked that. He trimmed down our edges for us. We have a little notch where we're gonna hit our transmission. Then as far as the blister goes, she looks pretty good. This is getting a little tricky because we got that and then we're kind of doing that. So that could have smoothed out a little more, but we're not gonna get too picky. You look from the back side and you can see it is pretty smooth. Grinder from the front is looking a little, I don't know. We would just have to polish out the front too, which we're not gonna.
There's no point. We're gonna sand it to paint it anyway. So.
Yeah. So other than that, I got us pretty smooth out on those things. They're not perfect yet, but we're gonna have to do more smoothing out once this gets welded in. So we're kind of to the point where we need to tack this sucker back into place and see if we're gonna have enough clearance for the distributor. Ah, it popped right as it cooled. Dang it! So on this side, for some reason, piece of her firewall about right in here, she sucked back in, apparently. Can't just shove out on it. Shove out. Hold it, you got. Hold on. All right. And it's still sucking back right there.
If this was a TIG weld,
Why you suck back like that?
In a TIG weld, you can sit there, tack it, and then hammer, put the dolly behind it, hammer it, it'll figure it out.
Give her a couple more taps, maybe not hard. Guys, we're kind of just working her into place, using eagle eye to kind of match it as best as we can. Of course, putting a manipulation in the situation, just doing what we can to close up some gaps. Which overall, we got pretty good gaps there. All right, that's enough tacks for a little test fit now. Robbed the coil wire here from our 283 over there. And she's got the old half shaft, so she's a quick install. Obviously, if this thing was all there, and we had to put one in with our motor mounted, we'd be in bad shape. This motor's gonna have to come forward.
We just put a gun in the glove box, so if it does get bad distributors, blow the brains out.
Yeah, hot rod things, right? Don't worry about being able to work on it.
Yeah.
As long as she looks good and nice and tight, that's what we want, and that's what we got. Now, I don't know on these old style plug wires if they make a 90. If so, that'll help us out. If not, does that rub a little bit? Yes, but not much. It's just rubbing where it's coming up and hitting the top. It's not rubbing on the backside. Now, as far as the actual distributor, and everyone who said we were going to have so much problem because that's going to smack that, well, there's down there at the bottom probably an inch of clearance towards the top, probably 5/8 of an inch as far as the cap or distributor to the firewall. The only thing that's even somewhat close is, like I said, them boots up there, which we're not concerned about, because when this motor does torque a little bit, if that rubs, maybe in a freak accident, it's going to affect you one time, but we shouldn't have any problems out of that. Now, as far as the blister and being able to see it, you really can't even see it from here. Me being blind, looking straight at it, I can't see it one bit right here. Now, don't forget, it's going to get body worked, painted, plug wires are going to be coming off of it, valve covers will be on there, carbureting machines, all kinds of other stuff that's going to make it where the chances of really seeing it go slim to none.
Even if you do see it, it's better than a box.
Better than a box, damn it. All right, so I'm super happy with that. It's got a cool shape to it. We hugged everything as tight as possible, which pays off because there was a few people who said I shouldn't have done that. I should have used the one the Bowling Brothers sent, which was bigger one. Like I said, it looks all right. But now when you get back in there and see how much floor room we're managing to save, I'm happy.
And like you said, how many distributors have you had go bad in one of your cars?
This is definitely going to be our first one because we talked about it.
Fine. I hope you fix it.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't never had one go bad. It's definitely going to be this one now. That's all right. If we got to do one every couple decades, we'll take it. We're committed now. We're going to lock that baby in and then go look at the inside here. After looking at this a little bit, hold on, old ground out the way. From this corner here, instead of going straight up, we can actually go up at an angle towards this way. So obviously closer we can get to the center, the more we can have flat pan, the least curve we can have, whatever. So I think we may need to clearance a little more off of this.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I don't think it's gonna go up. I wouldn't go higher up. I just go sideways.
Yeah. Let's just try to do what we matched right there and over to about here. I think somewhere in between there.
Let me draw a bunch of lines on this.
I know what I'm doing here.
I can cut without twisting it up. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
All right, you say so. Ba-ting. Look terrible.
I got to move that thing.
You gonna take a little off this?
Yep. Here, I'll do this.
Slick wants to snip, I want to grind.
Well, I want to snip.
Yeah, you need me to get in there with that carbide? Huh?
I got it. Hold on.
Here we go. Take off 1/8 inch. Oh, pa-ting! I told him he's gonna bend that firewall. He didn't listen. Damn, those sheet metal guys can't tell him nothing. Can't learn them nothing. Why am I concerned? I want a beautiful firewall.
No. Here, you hit with this. I got it.
Boy, I'd have had a toe board done already if I wasn't smacking stuff.
Whatever, hit it.
Yeah, she's still warped, but she's cut.
You drive me crazy.
Yeah, she'll work, I guess. Get her a nice little curvature there.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Why couldn't we just done that?
I don't know. I didn't know I could get it up there.
All right, we tried a second ago. Don't get too comfy, be taking a nap on me. Old Slick gonna hold that. And give her the magic marker trace.
That's where them kindergarten skills come in right here.
Yeah.
Cut on the line.
But the thing about it is we're gonna be at an angle.
Yeah.
And
Looking at it a little bit.
since we're at an angle,
You have to add on to that corner.
yeah, corner needs a little extra.
A little fine tuning.
That's why we did a sample piece first. We'll transfer, put us a new mark because we need a little extra material in that corner. Now, kind of trying to figure out how far over we're gonna come. We'd like to go a little more, somewhere in there-ish. Can't mark that sucker on a recessed floor, can you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing's being a pain. This ain't square. This obviously then ain't square to being relevant to it. That little filler piece right there is gonna need broke down. So we're gonna try to be a little smarter about this process.
That's close.
Trying to match our angles, keeping a nice edge here, kind of there. All the crap we've built, and so far this little piece has been the biggest pain in the butt. We just got to get the gaps weldable. That's the spirit.
So right here, we'll go there to there. Need to add some on.
Just trying to find all these different angles is tricky. We're matching pretty good our brace. Matching pretty good, probably our floor. And then up there, yeah, not doing so hot. 47 days later, I think we're on to something. I was just laughing and told Slick, I said, some people I think they're getting tired of watching sheet metal because we've been doing a lot of it, obviously. I said, just imagine if we were fixing the sheet metal on that thing, guys, we'd still be doing rust repair. It needed full subframes, the below the visor up there, the whole windshield header, it was rusted out. All around the roof where the canopy used to sit was rusted out. The bottom of every panel, even though y'all couldn't see it from the outside, from the inside, it was all about to knock through. We'd done 3 months of rust repair on that rig.
Would have been easier to channel that one.
Yeah, we're gonna build a channeled hot rod where we got excuse to cut all this out here, which was the original plan, and it's just not what I want anymore. That's why at first it didn't really bother me. Then I was like, ooh, I'm gonna build a fendered hot rod. Then when I seen all the crap in there, I was like, whoo. All right, guys, so we fine-tuned the piece here until we get that matching pretty dang good. Then we go back to our very first one we ever did. And if I kind of set that up in there, well, guess what? It matches. There gives a little mark and a mark. By golly, my name ain't Mark, but I'll mark it. Is that straight edge? Not quite. Let's not use that. Please, baby, be good to me. I'm about tired of this template. She's got the best of me.
We've only been working on it 30 minutes, man.
30 minutes for one freaking simple template.
That's just how it goes.
Sheet metal. Hell. You like it, you're paid hourly. Alright. Ain't too bad right there. Need to trim a little more off. Instead of sling blade, we got slick blade over here. Ain't got no gas in it, Slick.
Ain't got no gas in it. What's the other thing he says? It's French fried taters. French fried taters.
Mm-hmm. Mustard biscuits. French fried taters. Doing sheet metal work's French fried bullshit. Tired of it.
Part of it.
Hey, if you want to have the coolest Model A in Pot County, well, you just got to put in the work.
Yep.
Some of the old timers just picked up their britches like they're going to come for that title, and I don't think so. Better sit your old butts back down.
Better pack a lunch.
Yeah. We're getting there. Couple more adjustments. Couple more little fine tuning there, and happy with that. That's a fit up and a half. I don't know. We ain't gonna mark our template because holding that where it looks straight, there's over a 1/4 inch. She's gonna have old hog cam in her and some high compression heads on it with the good quality racing fuel, so she may torque a little bit, but maybe not enough to do that. No, we ain't doing diddly to the motor, guys. When we put a carburetor on it, she's gonna run and drive, all right?
Don't bring it to my shop.
Don't bring it to Slick Shop. You'll never go on the road again. Should be metal finish. We'll know about running. Next up, get your favorite thickness of sheet metal. Ain't got no room. Got all this table, ain't got no room on it. Just this stuff. Around here, we like some good 18 gauge. Now tracing this out, no big deal, or nothing complicated, whatever. But we need a flange since the floor pan's gonna be removable, which means we need something for it to bolt to. So down here on our bottom side, we need to add some material. And before I forget again, I'm gonna mark where we need to break this. Down here on the bottom, I'm gonna add about 7/8 of an inch as a lip, because doing an even 3/4 or 1 inch would have been too easy. Now cutting our last piece here is a little tricky because we got a little curve to take care of.
If you guys buy these hammers from Harbor Freight, round the edge.
I did a little bit. You can't tell?
You do it more.
Yeah, you should have seen it before I got a hold of it.
You gotta do it. Otherwise it leaves marks on stuff. They work great after you do that. They're perfect. But
yeah.
Before that,
I showed that in the video, but the memory card got broken in half. I ground some of it off.
I can see it's ground off, but you gotta really grind it off.
She needs more.
More.
I gave her about 60 when it needs about $110.
Because really, the only spot you're gonna be hitting on this hammer is here in the center.
Don't be marking up my metal.
Right.
Yeah, if we weren't using stupid tin snips that tore up metal, we wouldn't have to hammer it. Slice and dice the world. Oh, I about took off the wrong one, the wrong thing. That would have upset me. I like the lady that's about to give her hell. So that goes to sitting there. This, we need to actually mark the back side of that because we're gonna have to flip it over to break it. How much angle do we need? Meh. About perfect that much. Give or take a degree or 12. The bottom, meh. Perfect.
Well, okay.
There we go. It's looking like something. Well, shit, the bed. Almost looks like we knew what we were doing right there on that one.
Dang, so you telling me we can measure?
That's the thing. We didn't really measure. You mean we can eyeball? Hey, that's pretty good eyeballing. Where'd my light go? I want to show it to them better. Here, let me get some light where y'all can see. So as you can see, that's all nice and workable. So we missed on our angles just a hair. Nothing bad. I took our old flat bill pliers here. Did one adjustment on the top, one or two little easy ones on the bottom. Take that sucker into place. Guys, matching absolutely beautiful. Now whatever piece we end up adding right here, that's gonna weld to all that, it's gonna have to have a flange as well. Is that kinda, I don't know. We'll end up finding out if it works or not.
It'll work.
I think it'll be smart of us right now to trim this corner of this flange. I think it'll make adding a flange here easier. 10 steps are stupid. Trim that corner down and just kind of clean up some of our edges. Or one corner right here, we're gonna round it off too. We're professional around here. Woo! That baby is now slicker than my Skechers on a dance floor, all right? That's good. Tell me them things ain't good on the dance floor.
Didn't you break your ankle one time?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
You got it. You got this.
Tweaked her a hair more just to get her gap up here. I'm real happy with it. I'm liking that. So now we gotta do a little paint grinding. Cleaned up, looking good there. It's time to tack her in. D-U-M. Well, she ain't exactly done, but she is tacked in. Hush it up over there. I'm in there trying to inspire, educate, motivate, even try to make you guys laugh, and he's just over here making racket. I'm building the floor and he's over here making the wiener panel. The old schlong board.
Your brake pedal kind of has a wang
Yeah,
to it, so.
she's got a curve in it. We're talking about the, not that panel, we're talking about the brake pedal. Or gas, yeah, brake pedal. I slicked, I said, you even try that template over here? Nah, he's trusting the process. If it worked on one side, it'll work on the other. Guys, look at that one there though. Woo, baby. Did you say not too bad? That's called damn good. not too bad and damn good's different. That's damn good. Breaking news here, folks. Slick 50 finally uses flap attack. Puddin' may make a sheet metal guy out of him yet. You know, clean her up. Draw the lines where you want it. Y'all are curious what old Slick's doing. Instead of blistering in, he's trying to blister up, because unfortunately, this sucker here is kind of running up at the angle of our toe board, and we're trying to avoid having a 17-inch slice from here to here for that to stick through. Then we're gonna have to figure out how to seal it up so we don't have dust and rocks and rain coming through there, which is why we're trying to do the reverse blister to get it as least as a hole as possible. As y'all can see, we pulled our little floor pan here. It's because Slick had the bright idea of adjusting our pedal to maybe add some little drop to it where it's not running at the parallel angle. So before we put that back in, old Nate Dog's here with us. He's been trying to get y'all's wagon t-shirts going. He says it's going real good. For every order he does, another one comes in. Feels like he can't get ahead. We need to trim just a hair off of our floor pan there. We'll get this side too. And that is because we need a little extra clearance so we can slip underneath this and not catch that lip there. Whew. Classic slip fit. Slick, you'd be proud of me. I voluntarily used the 10 snaps. Slick's got the old one-headed pecker here. Guys, I can't even tell you what's going on around here. It's just a damned old sheet metal frenzy. Classic sheet metal free-for-all. I'm so tired of sheet metal that I don't even care. About gave Nathan a hammer and told him just start smacking and welding. Dang, Slicky, you got her fitting?
I need to see if that panel fits in there.
Alrighty. Guys, all I was doing was I added a little lip across here just for some strength. Each pan has all the lips added. Of course, it's bead rolled, but this one was just floppy in the middle. I'd like to add another one across the front somewhere, and that'll just add a little more structure to it. Yeah. This thing was trying to bend like a taco before. So our next question is, can we slip fit with that trimmed? Which the answer is yes, because that went right where it's supposed to. Uh-oh.
Need to trim this edge.
Do you see it, I see?
What?
Someone who trimmed too much of his floor pan away.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never adjusted it. It's all right. That'll be easy enough to patch up.
Yeah.
Oh, we're probably not going to add a thing across the front because our transmission's there. So just across the back should be good. I meant to do that. Ah, I see.
See what it's doing?
Uh-huh. That has nothing to do with the piece he erected in the middle.
I'm sure it does a little bit.
Yeah. Make sure you're on. All right, Slick just had to cut out of here. He test fitted his piece for the last time. Very close. Very close. However, this could stand to be broke back just a hair. We can change that. We're going to change that by just knocking out most of that. I put a mark about an 1/8 inch that away, which is where we want to break her now. Hiya! Here goes nothing. That looks like it's humping up a little bit. We're going to shrink that. Don't take much. She's laying flat now. Let's see here. Let's see. Ooh, sitting pretty like a nice kitty. I did mark out our hole more. We got a good gap on this side, but this side it's almost rubbing. So I'd like to clear it out, and I think I'm gonna take just a hair off the bottom more. I think we get that done and we'll be able to get her into where we need her. Just a little fine tuning. Right now I'm just thinking, what would Slick do? And he'd definitely just take his dolly and smack her down in there. We're rubbing a little bit in there, that's what's got us. There we go. All right, as I just welded in or put our last couple tacks, I do realize that we never put in that column I had talked about. I do know it's about 5 o'clock something, so that's probably gonna be a bridge we got across tomorrow. What I was just doing was tapping down that corner right there, tap, tap, tap. Get it down to the bottom there where that's pretty straight. Tacked it, then I had to tap that side down or push it down a bit. Gap opened up a bit here. However, when we were matching up that side, which matching that would have kept that from rubbing, it was then throwing off our bottom, and this over here matching. So this little thing's gonna be kind of ugly anyhow, so I'd rather that look better than that. And for today, there she be, guys. Man, just going to town on this thing. And what's crazy is it don't look like we got a whole lot of nothing done from like outside looking in. Looks like we half tacked in 2 panels. But really, y'all seen all the little crap that happened to get it to this point. Of course, all this still needs full welded. And we still got some figuring out to do here. However, we're kind of to the point where now we can figure out our middle hump. Of course, it needs a flange, and we got to figure out how we want to fasten stuff. We still got to full weld it. I'm sure as we grind out on the firewall, things are going to get a little ugly. We got plenty of sheet metal left to do on this little project. Now tonight we have to have a birthday dinner. I swear, more birthday dinners go on in my life than anyone I know. Anyhow, we're gonna throw in the towel. I'm whooped. Day 475 of being a sheet metal man. We're running out of water. We may not make it. Guys, we are going right into our little humperoonie, and I kind of drew some marks yesterday just thinking we definitely need to trim this right here, probably back favoring this line. I'm just making a mess of stuff. I know what it all means. Also, what we need to do, and what's probably gonna be easier for us, is to come from this corner here to this corner and cut that about like that right there. That'll get that corner gone, make coming down here easier. We're gonna do the same thing on this side, and I'm just gonna mark that. Mark that out. Now we can slice up my beautiful floor pans. All right, so we're about to trim these. I think we need to shave this or add a little patch filler here, get rid of most of that. And then we need to humper or curve it here-ish. Now to do that, you want a couple really good radius gauges. So right here, I've got the 10.5er. And if that ain't big enough, you go to the old 12-incher. Got the whole 3/4 ton radius gauge. Oh yeah, she's gonna be a 3/4 ton unit. Looks pretty good. These are pretty rare sheet metal tools here. Not everyone has these. Now I'm happy because we are about to do some slice and dicing, and I have not done that in a day or two. All that hard work we had done just to slice her right off. Slick this morning, he's making us a new dustpan so we can clean up the damn mess around here.
I tell you what I'm doing, but we don't know if it's gonna work yet, so we'll see.
What's the code word for he ain't got a clue? Let me show y'all my Pot County 10 Smiths. Came a little bit further forward than the line I put. If we got to trim back a little, we will. Set her in the... Oh, done lost it. Get that in a perfect spot with my magnet there. Magnets are for sissies. He smacked that pedal and scared me, guys. What's funny is Chris, who edits, he's been trying to scare me for feels like decades now, and he just can't do it. He's like, how did that not scare you? Slick's gonna have hearing aids and arthritis by the time he's 34. Huh? Dang! Old Speedball here done hopped on the English wheel. Let me show you how to run that thing.
Yeah, sure.
Our lip we had added here yesterday, I added a little more weld to it instead of just a few tacks. I'm taking care of the complicated stuff. And I welded that up a little. She needs a few more little squirts. Cut us some little lips here to add back to this, just where we get a little more strength back in it. Right. La 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 la. All right, we got her lined up. Lip added on. All those edges are matching. Got her looking good. So before we pop that old floor pan back in, one, I want to show y'all what Chris has been working on. And I don't know how he's banged that out. At basically the same speed that it took us to do our little adjustments. But that's looking good. This piece, I think, is going to have to be removable as well, because again, this, if you ever drop pull motor and transmission, that's going to be able to go forward to drop. You liking it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So probably, I think we should put this piece in and then put this, once you get this piece done, put this piece over top of it. We'll trim it to fit. Okay.
Before I put that back in, our shifter, she's about to get a little bit more adjusting done on her. Our hole opening's hitting that, and that's going to cause some tapping and some flapping and some other stuff I probably don't want to hear. So across our front right there, she's about to get the trim job deluxe.
You already cut that off, Golly?
Oh yeah, she come plumb out here to Nantucket, but not no more. And since we're going to cut through some of our bolts here, I'm going to put some permanent bolt right there, aka a weld.
That's the spirit.
Cleanups or get ready for our weld there. Man, that crap weld's terrible. Little extra weld on the back never hurt. Those ain't, well, even if those come loose, it ain't gonna matter now, is it? Woo, how to ruin a very expensive shifter. How to ruin a very expensive car.
You ruined it.
You done ruined it, you son of a biscuit.
Cuts through the transmission.
Yeah. Just slice your transmission casing next. Put the platypuses on it. Should come off there. Look at that humdinger just hanging out there by herself. This whole thing would have been so much easier if I would have bought one of the floor mounted ones that had the cable, because we could have just mounted it to the flat floor and then there had been a cable with slack.
I think it would have been, and then well, I guess you could have made the floor strong enough. But.
If it mounted to the floor, not the transmission could go forward no matter what. We could have welded this and everything. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, here we are. We're gonna figure it out and keep moving forward. No quick to fit, slid right in. Now we're clearing up here, which was something I was concerned about. So now it's ready just to tap the transmission instead. 6 pieces fitting good. Should have showed y'all before we put this in. This all is fitting beautiful. Maybe y'all can see that mark right there. Maybe like that, y'all can see the mark. Basically, he thinks we need to break that edge. He says it'll bring the whole thing down and in. I believe him. He's got us this far, ain't he? He says we need a tip and die. I don't even know if I have a tip and die. Solid steel, baby. So a tip and die with the bead roller is usually something you can use to basically accomplish a break. Like how we break the metal on our sheet metal brake. Well, that you can follow kind of a curve and you can slowly apply pressure and bend it up where you need it.
So what you want to do too is when you have it down like this, you can kind of tell if it's going to come up and out, it needs to stretch. That makes sense. You can't really just 90 it, it's going to have to be stretched to actually, you know, come up, if that makes sense. So
Unless you're me, then you can just 90 it and worry about the problems it causes later. If it don't seal up good to that floor, we'll just get some spray foam, by God. That dragging noise was us ripping the sausage wagon clean off the side. Oh man, not my hot rod sticker. We don't got more of them.
That's true.
Sausage wagon, we thank you for your selfless service to our shop here. You will be missed. Set up. Set up for a new job here. You like that, or you want to offset it, or maybe knock the rust off these old girls and go for a little dye cleanup. She's a little rusty. We're gonna just start here with a nice easy pass. I'm not gonna put a crazy amount of pressure because I don't want to mess up Slick's hard work here. So I'm just picking up over here, pick up a little pressure and try to keep her on that line. That's good because I go crooked, it works out. When you beat her all crooked, you can follow a crooked line. If that line was straight, we'd be in trouble. Whew, why'd that roll that so hard?
Just because it's on that edge.
Yeah, we need to take that back.
That's fine.
Looks like we're building a damn chest plate for battle. Now, speaking of the chest plate, y'all can see how that sets the line. I do want to adjust that. We can get rid of that right there. That whole thing should be picked up. So we need to adjust our bead roller here.
So I got another trick. You can linear stretch with the English wheel if you angle the dies. So here. And you can see, I'm about to put a flatter die in it, but you see this spot right here? We want that flat against that top anvil die, and then you can linear stretch this, because this actually does stretch. That's what the English wheel does, it stretches steel. So what we'll do is we'll run this through like this. Once we get this flat, and then it'll get that crease out of there. You can also tip with this too. It's just kind of a pain with the curve.
So he's happy with that edge we just set in there with our initial tip. He just said it ain't really gonna come up flatter until we stretch this material some now. I'm still thinking chest plate and battle. We're gonna do some jousting at the roundup. Let's call out another car club.
Hey, remember when
Mini bike jousting.
Remember when I made hot dogs? About burning the car shut down. You remember that? How big that fire was?
We've been roundup heathens for a while. Got our die swapped out to a flatter one. Probably the first time that one's ever been used since its entire life, ever. Since I've owned it. And it came from damn China, brand new, I'm sure, so. And now he's picking up on it some. That's taking that little line out of there. And like you said, as that rolls back and forth, it's gonna stretch that material as well, which we're gonna need for that to be able to fling up.
Yeah, see, it's kind of working.
Kinda, sorta, maybe. Is this where we need the most stretch?
On the edge, on the end right here.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, now y'all can see how that's starting to
Flatten it out.
yeah, get her flattened out there. Got that other side flattened out. Now with that flange sitting there, that angle matches kind of close-ish, about like so. I think the problem is, yeah, it's just too long. I think we're gonna cut a little off the front there. We could have left that top side, but then this would need to come in, and he was yanking and tugging on it, and he handed it to me and said, hey, can you squeeze that and pull them sides in some? And no chance in HE double hockey sticks could I take my body and my strength and pull that panel in, guys. You start putting curve in metal like that, and then a flange here of this, the amount of strength that gets in this thing, plus it's probably work hardened from being in the English wheel and planish and hammer and all that. That's a solid piece of metal right there. Guys, we're to the point of doing a little fine tuning here. We make a headpiece out of this slick. Do I look fancy? Make me put some
You look
fake
like a
gold
pope.
on there.
You're like a pope.
Oh boy. Trying to create a more defined corner here, so that's why we just hammered that edge. Working her just a hair, using the jaws to hold it, then break her down. Oop,
Yeah, too much.
too much. Damn overachiever. That's sitting pretty good.
You can also, so if you need to like this is a little, you need to tune this up just a little bit. You just come over here with this and see how it's up. Just bring it out. And
Now we need to bring this back edge up.
So that's what we're gonna do, guys. In and out, slight adjustments. You can see over there, he's gonna go put it in there, bend it, just like we're doing the one edges. And eventually, we're gonna find that sweet combo that just sits her down into place. Half proper anyhow.
that's all it is. I mean, a lot of sheet metal work is just shrinking and stretching. I mean, you can't really, you can overthink it and it can get crazy real quick, but really all we did was stretch.
More
here.
than anything, it's having the patience to figure the crap out. We're getting closer there.
Yeah, I mean, there we could weld the flange on the metal up there, and
We are getting there.
worked.
Woo!
I need to take a little bit more off this side.
Slick, you keep spiking that hair, you're gonna be giving Ian from Big Tire Garage a run for his money.
You better watch that.
Next, Slick drills a hole in my finger.
For my next trick.
All right,
All right.
we just clicked her in, clecoed her in, and we're gonna have to add a flange, obviously, to this across the top. That should be pretty easy to do now. We do need to tap down that edge just a hair more. The rest of that is sitting pretty dang flush.
Covers up a hole, so that's good.
Yeah, almost looks like one of us knew what we were doing around here anyhow.
One of us does. Just kidding.
We got a little gap there. You fix a gap with a little tap. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, she's going. She's just taking a minute. That's better than it was. That up there.
Need some more tapping.
Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm gonna go scuba diving with this. Where are we going again?
Right to that point.
That corner?
Yeah.
She going?
No. Ready?
Yeah.
Better-ish. I know it'll fix it. Here, I'll put a Clico in it.
All right, with her clecoed in place, I took to some poster board up in here where we can trace this. Right there's kind of our flange. We're gonna have to bend that some. Basically, we can probably connect the dots from there to there. That does curve out a little bit, don't it?
Yeah, but you can fix it.
Well, if we measure here to here, then we'll come down here from this line, measure over the same amount. We'll do that a couple times because we do have a little curve going on here. And then that'll make our flange follow. About 7/8 of an inch. That's what we're gonna go over here. There she is. Tap her back down, and a little curve in her where she ain't such a hard break. That's pretty dang good right there. Not mad at that. Check the fit. Pretty happy with that. All right, there's one flange added. We added a flange the same way to our driver's side. Slick's starting to clean our where we're kind of shrinking it there, all the little jaw marks. As he cleans on that, I'm making us a top template. Nice little missing piece to the puzzle there.
Welded in, welded in.
All right, she is flanged up. She is tacked in. She is solid is what she is.
Yeah, it's hard to bend that piece of metal after you put some shape in it.
Dude, that thing
It's
is
unreal strong.
Now we know why Iron Man's suit was so tough.
That's true.
You want to take it to my shop and take it up?
That time someone made a cup that could fit. Dude, I think it hurt my legs, but you ain't getting through to Jacob Jr. You ain't gonna hit on little pudding. Dang, dog, got that surround sound up in here or what? Right now, Slick is attacking her up on the back side, which I wasn't joking. My argon really is out at the house. And my goal is to get through these floors as fast as possible, which is why we've kind of been speedballing the things and the video ain't as organized as it usually is. So instead of me blowing a bunch of holes in it, since I'm terrible at tigging, I'm gonna just let Slick do his thing. So he put us some tacks on the back. We're then gonna grind off the tacks on the front to get all that big lumpy MIG weld out of there. And then he'll give her the old TIG up special.
Getting old, okay?
Call me wire wheel.
Good for something, I guess.
Bam! Bald spot upset you, huh? Slick's the man, Slick's the man. He can't TIG it, Puddin' can. See, by this point, I would already had installed a few holes for cooling. That way, as we go down the road, you get cool, fresh air in for proper breathing. Keep your toes nice and warm or cold, depending on the weather outside. Wet, if you need to wash your feet, and you ain't done it in a while, here, have a little rain. And don't be warping my panel. Don't be warping it. I know a guy who'll straighten it out for me. I'm like, shut up and let me TIG weld. Whoop, baby. How you feeling there, Slicky Poo? Pretty happy with her?
Yeah, just some big gaps. We got it filled.
Yeah, up there on the flange. And we may try to smooth out that weld there and just leave the perimeter weld. I don't know. On the back side, guys, a quick little roll lock kiss is going to take care of that baby. Yeah, that looks a lot better than MIGging that for sure.
Take less time to pull it down.
I don't think we're going to do nothing besides slap some paint on her. Me and Slick shoved that old Chevelle outside. He's got drop off coming in here shortly. He said he had a little gas pedal we could maybe run for the Model A, and pulled out that cute little filler right there. I think we'll take that with us. We can probably make something like that work. Dang, Slick, you sweep a shop, you actually put a tool up. This will look like a different place.
I put tools up here and there.
You just have the toolbox outside.
Yeah.
The old Slick Fitty toolbox special. Now we are talking, Slick. I am down to do redneck stuff with my friends. Bring her on back, buddy. Are you wanting to go straight? Straighten up. Yeah, now bring her on back. take her for a little cruise there. Good thing that unit's got the off-road caster deluxes. I just want to do hot rod stuff with my friends.
We do every day. We come out.
So you know that thing don't fire up, I'm gonna make a small block Chevy joke, right? We put them down in the hole here because that thing apparently has a low hanging oil pan. He's good. Better rev up that 19 horsepower. Whew, that looks tough backing into there. Hey, saying a running driving hot rod, hopefully get you guys a little bit of, excited about what we're working on at my shop on our hot rod. Ooh, baby, that thing is sweet. Huffing and puffing, shoving that big unit back inside. Here in a second, we'll be headed back, get back to work on our hot rod. I'm locked out, dang it. We were just about to leave. Slick said, let me unhook the battery on this thing. He says there's a rat.
Oh, dude, that thing has a dadgum.
Here, underneath the seat?
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh yeah, she's a rat rod.
That thing's got a social security number.
Oh yeah, track right up here.
He's right here. He's right here. Just hit the bottom of that seat right there. You'll get him. Yeah, he's right there. Right there underneath that. Hit that spot again. I'll get you down there again. Right there. Hit him again right there.
Oh, he crawled back in.
Cool.
He jumped back up.
That's a monster.
Oh shoot.
What? Can you get his tail? Get his tail. Oh! Oh, there he is.
Is he coming out the side? Or is he up in?
No, we'll go to the front.
Come out, wherever you are.
He's got to be under there somewhere, right?
Shuckies. I think he got away from us.
He's probably in there somewhere. I just don't know. I'm scared to stick my head under there. You know what I'm saying?
Give her a peek, see what happens. After an unsuccessful hunt there, I reckon we'll maybe try to finish up our floors. You dang right. We were worried we may have lost our shape a little bit welding it, that it may have warped some. However, it fits beautifully tight all the way around. Run down some of the weld on the back side. Now on the front side, just these ones along here, we're gonna clean them up. This little perimeter weld, I'm gonna leave it. How's that old chrome jobber looking, buddy old pal?
He's go right about there, dog.
She'll make a hot rod yet.
Not for lack of trying.
Oh guys, this is funny. So to figure out our spacing, literally this piece of scrap poster board was sitting here. I eyeballed center, and I laid that there, marked us a dot there and one here, because we want our nut certs off to the side of our transmission. And then other than that, I've just been using whatever that spacing is right there, the length of that side of the triangle. Of course, we could get super precise, but right now I'm just worried about eyeballing this and seeing if it's going to be about right. I've done the same thing over there. I'm just going to come down this side and put our spacing. And of course, it is not perfect, but it does look pretty good by eyeball just glancing at it. I'm going to call it good enough for me, guys. We're going to go with it. Get real precise here, too. I mean, yeah, I got a roller. It's in like increments of 10s or something, which is borderline metric. So it kind of looks close to half. We're just going with. You know, it's kind of like a wise man once said, Just because we have proper tools doesn't mean we have to use tools proper. This came in the mail this morning. I don't even remember saying that, but it sounds like something I would say.
Done hit it on the head with that one.
That should be my campaign slogan for running for president.
It should be your credo. Found the transmission.
We drilled out about an 1/8 inch hole on the actual piece, cleco it back in using those clecos to hold it in place, and then we're going to use the little 1/8 inch to guide another hole for that. Then of course it'll have to come out. We'll go to 1/4 inch on the piece for a 1/4 inch bolt, but however on the other side we're going to have to go to 5/16 for our nut cert tool, which I'll show you in just a split second. Right after Slick finished putting cooling holes in that 700 R4.
On my transmission.
Quarter inch, weld up where our 4 clecos were. I'm gonna hand that over to Slick and we're gonna head inside. Inside all these same holes we just drilled, we're going to a 5/16. Woo, that one's close. Now 5/16, that's for our nut cert that we'll be able to drop in there. Oh, 5/16 ain't big enough. Uh-oh. Did I say 5/16? I meant 3/8. There we go. Then we'll drop that in there and flare it. All right, our nut cert's here. Thread that baby on. Plop her in the hole. Oh, squeeze that. Turn, turn. Mine lights about an extra 2 turns. And they're squeezed for a little extra strength. Little extra cramp at the end, little 2-turn special. Slick's not a fan of the nut certs through the firewall, and I get it. The thing is, where they're at down there, it's gonna be too damn hard to see to care too much for me.
Also not Slick's car, so.
Yeah, it's not Slick's car. Hey, you should have applied that a long time ago. It's not your car, damn it. Just playing, guys. Valve covers on, plug wires. If you know to look for them, you'll see them, but...
Every time I see the car. Remember I told you not to put those there?
I'd be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about because the hood's closed. Well, I don't care what it hit. It's in. Now it's in. So just how we did those, and now that's removable, guys. This piece that we've been clecoing in and out, we'll want to add a couple here. Of course, then the riv nut will be going into our floor pan, but then around this border, we're going to attach it with riv nuts as well at some point, because I don't think I have quite enough riv nuts to do it all. I'm going to have to order some more. But other than that, we've kind of got a full floor. She is full sheet metal front to back. There's a ton of welding left to do. I think to do all that, I'm gonna wait till we pull the body off, especially for up in there. Now all this we can do in here, no big deal. What do you think, Slick?
I approve. Thank you for letting me TIG weld this.
I was about to hit her with the old zap, zap, zap. You don't go back. Decided to put 3 in up there. Now we need to pull this panel out. Kind of marked this out, but I don't know what we can get away with right here. I don't know what's underneath here as far as nut certain. I think there's material. I just think we're gonna have to hug this really close. So with them drilled, we gotta pop this out of here. They're real good, all except right there. We just need to tap that flange. It got bent up. I can feel it. All right, guys, that went in really, really good. Obviously, if we had more nut certs, boom, 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 all the way around. This panel will sit just a hair higher than this one. It's from that little flange of the nut cert it'll get you. And yes, underneath there, I'll seal that with something, whether it's a tiny strip of rubber, whether I don't plan on ever taking these out unless we absolutely have to. A tiny little bead of silicone or something before we sucker down on. Same with our little hump tunnel thingy in the middle. We'll seal it up with something. But that looks pretty dang good. It kind of flows and matches, and it's full removable, which is good, because if we ever got to pull that motor and transmission, like I said, we need it out of there. Drill out for little seat risers. Now, it kind of marked on the panel, but on that one over there, I lost our mark. I can't see, but I got these two drilled, so in theory, it should be about the same distance, right? About 11 3/4. 11 3/4. Please be good to me. Whew, dead money. When you're good, you're good. Shoot! I'll take hers for a soda pop. Dang slick. I was gonna say, you driving? No. Making sure it's safe for me? Yeah. Of course. This is real easy to get into when you ain't got no steering wheel. Oh, baby. This ain't bad. I don't know why I'm grabbing right here like the steering, like I got damn handlebars. Pedaling it. Actually, someone that have this big old tall shifter in here.
Definitely don't remember sitting this close to you.
I may have slid them together on purpose. I gave the old sweetheart adjustment. We didn't change the seat mounts. This is how it was. It just didn't seem like that for some reason.
Yeah.
Of course, we're gonna have the steering wheel. We're gonna have this, that. We could lower these down a little bit if we need to. We can modify them, of course. This is just initial little test mock-up here.
You got a shorter one?
I don't know. Could.
You got it adjusted?
It should be. I was gonna say, it's probably this push button thingy ain't. Hell, she don't even shift. At least the floors look good. I mean, this is gonna be a little tight. Shit, I'm about to put that old gas pedal right on that hump. Vroom, vroom. I got plenty of room over here for Lefty though.
That's what I'm saying. I think we put this on the other side, and this would be even.
Give me a gas pedal. I want that burn out.
Right there.
Wom, 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 wom. Let's tease them a little bit, Slick. Hand me the quick release feature. Woo, baby. There we go. Now we got a little steering, imaginary steering. And we got that. I'm like, oh. I got her shifting, by the way. Why is that there? So I can go reverse, neutral, all the way down, get her down and drive. See, now my hand's down here. I'm about ready to whip that ass in a race. Y'all don't even know it. Because if I had a lower shifter, I'd be leaning forward like this. I'm like, you want to run them or not? But no, I was sneaky about it. I've got it back here. Now I'm down in first. I'm ready to blow your doors clean off. Boom, boom, boom. That's the old sneak shift feature. All right, we ain't gonna show you no more, all right? You see a chrome gas pedal, you see a shiny steering wheel, that's all you get this go around. Got my shift boot flopping because it's really just mocked up. Don't worry about that, okay? Well, there's the final look for this go around, guys. Because that's it. Now, usually I will try to not show as much as like some of this process, and I try to maybe get some paint done or something and make it all one big video. However, I need to get ahead where y'all can, where I can get steady content coming to y'all. And that was a lot of work. So I know it's gonna make a decent sized video. So hopefully y'all enjoyed, and it may not be the funnest thing. However, if you're gonna build something and you're not just gonna slap it together and weld in a wheelbarrow or whatever y'all were all talking about I should have done.
Yeah, don't do that, please.
He's gonna have nightmares now. No, I know that's an old school thing to do, whatever. But you know, to get that floor the way it needs to be removable, which we successfully done, and to keep it looking good, and to be able to be proud of your work, it's just tedious. It takes a lot of time, guys, and you don't have to rush through it. And this was actually kind of our rushed version. We could have spent a couple more days and really fine tune it, but I won't allow it because we do got to make progress. I'm trying to get as much done but respectable work as I can before we get it to the Lone Star Roundup for y'all to see in person. April 19th and 20th. Be sure to check us out there in Austin, Texas. It's going to be our meet and greet this year. We're going to have a limited edition shirt special to the event so you can get it at the event. Whatever don't sell there, we'll end up putting online, but you know, who knows, maybe y'all show up and it gets buck nasty and they all sell out. Crazier things have happened. My uncle seen Bigfoot once.
We about seen, what's the Ninja Turtle? Dad, the rat?
Oh, damn.
Master Splinter?
Master Splinter.
That's what we saw.
They about caught them hands earlier. I grabbed his tail, but he had that old snatch away power. puddins.fab.shop.com for that good quality merchandise. Thank you guys so much for the support last week. Once again, y'all basically sell us out, and you make it where Nathan's earning his paycheck this week. Okay, he's been on it. Please be patient as trying to get content done and everything that we just Nathan hits it as hard as he can. He comes over here and works full time at his part-time job. So thank y'all for the support. Be patient with this as we get it to you. We can only get it out the door so fast because also our post office is like, hey, quit bringing so much a day. We can't even get it out the door fast enough. So thank you guys for that support. Thank you for being here. I hope y'all's enjoying the hot rod build. I know the last few things have just been sheet metal, sheet metal, sheet metal. However, sheet metal's pretty well like 98% there. I'm sure there's going to be something here or there we got to tweak on. But super happy with that. And other than that, I'm on the Instagrammer. I'm on the Patreon. I'm on the Facebooker. Been posting more of the little short things on there if y'all like that kind of crap. Go give us a follow. And other than that, big thanks to Slick for the help this week. We could have figured something out. I don't think it would have been as pretty and curvaceous as what we have now.
Curve.
Got them curves, oh sweet mama. And other than that, big thanks to Bowling Brothers, who is a sponsor on this deal. They worked a deal with me on this beautiful chassis, and they're great guys. So thank you so much to them. Now, I will see you guys next time. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think about to get back in that seat and sit back on my ass, so do some more imaginary driving.